got a real friend, you don't need much. Just a place to sit and fish is more than enough. When you got a real pal, there's nothing too tough. Together it is better when you got your real bud. Real bud.
John, welcome back
Welcome.
to another episode of the webcast, as you called it.
Webcast?
The webinar. The iPod.
The iPod.
Another week. We're on episode 29.
We're hitting a big 30, aren't we?
I'm proud of you,
close.
John.
We've made it.
We've had an episode every week for 29 weeks.
Mm-hmm. We have.
Consistency is key.
Consistency is the key.
So
Tell that to our listeners.
Listeners, consistency is
Listeners
key.
consist of Steve, Uncle Steve,
Joe, Kim.
Joe and Kim.
I think your daughters.
And my daughters occasionally.
Tim Tyson.
Yeah, and Tim. We'll do a shout out to Tim. Who
Let's
else
get Tim on the podcast sometime.
We do. We should. We should. We
Yeah.
can have Tim come in and do some info on finances and stuff.
Sure. I think we could start off. We had a new listener the past couple weeks.
Oh, we have. Who's that?
We don't know, but
Okay.
they're in. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Mexico.
Get out.
Muy bien.
Get out.
I don't know how to say that in Spanish, but
So now we have listeners in
4 countries:
which are we have
United States,
United States,
France, Philippines,
the Philippines,
and Mexico.
and Mexico. Interesting.
I'm kind of disappointed that Canada hasn't joined the list yet, but
Well, we're working on Canada.
we have a
And
theory.
Canadians are always kind of difficult to deal with anyway. So
Yeah, this could be, I think we talked about before, when we talked about St. Patrick's Day recap.
Mm-hmm.
Tim did go on vacation to Mexico, and he may have downloaded one of the episodes there.
Ooh.
But we're going to choose to think that we've got a new Mexican listener across the border.
Well, that's my thought.
And I hope they tell all their friends.
The way that's going to go.
And maybe we could implement a Spanish word of the week to appeal to our audience.
Well, you're going to have to deal with that one because I
right.
don't speak Spanish or know any Spanish at all.
Any?
Any.
Okay, well, I had
See.
I took 4 years of Spanish in high school.
Yeah? How'd that go?
I retained a little bit.
Yeah?
My name one year was Guzman.
Who?
Guzman.
Guzman?
Mm-hmm. And then another year it was
I got another name for you.
Another year it was Nacho. That played out well.
Nacho works real well.
So, yeah, I knew a little bit, but do you know, okay, here's a word. Biblioteca. This Real Bud Spanish word of the week is biblioteca.
Is that some sort of restaurant somewhere?
No,
Oh,
close-ish.
close-ish?
It's a building.
No.
Root word, biblio.
No.
Do you know a word that sounds like biblio?
No. Me, no.
You read it every day. Biblio.
Bib? Leo? No.
Nothing sounds like that.
Nothing sounds like
That
that.
you should be reading every day.
I'm Irish Catholic boy. I don't know anything about that.
Catholic. What would the Catholic read? The biblio?
The Bible?
There. What is the Bible?
Where is the Bible?
What is it?
Oh, what is it?
You read a
It's a book of Jesus.
book.
Yeah,
And where would you find a book?
in a library.
The library. Biblioteca means library. Good job.
Wait a minute.
Thanks for playing Real Bud Spanish word of the week.
All right, I like this. This is a good segment. We'll do this from now on.
Gosh.
It'll be there every week.
We
So
haven't done
think of the Spanish word of the week, Taylor.
Okay. I've got quite a few. Mucho words.
Mucho words. Mucho.
I'm going to offend someone for sure, but that's just, I'm trying my best to learn and use the words that I know.
Okay. All
So,
right.
anyway, buenos dias and welcome to Real Buds
Buenos dias.
Good day.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good morning. Whatever.
Buenos noches says good night.
Yeah.
Maybe Tim can tell us some more.
I wish I would have learned Spanish. I really do, because I think it's such a prominent language now in the United States that I regret not doing that.
Do you know
I regret not doing any language, actually.
English?
English, especially English.
Barely
English on that one.
Well, you'll get a bonus word because it's one of the ones I know from my time on a resort. Do you know what cerveza means?
No.
You don't know cerveza?
No.
Have you heard of Corona?
Oh,
So
who has
cerveza.
not?
So on the resorts, I would say, uno más cerveza, por favor.
Ooh.
One more beer, please.
One more. Is that what it said? One more beer, please?
Yep. And
it's not Corona specific?
No, I think there it was like El Presidente or something. Maybe it was Dominican.
Okay.
Might have been Corona. Or it was Dos Equis, sorry.
Ooh.
In
Well, that'll work.
It went down just the same, I'll tell you what.
It does. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Just not Guinness. That was gross.
It's not what?
Just not Guinness. I've got 3 of those still in my fridge if you want one.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was an unexpected segment. But
yeah, but I'm thrilled we had an unexpected segment.
But
we have a new segment moving forward.
But we don't know if the person actually lives there. We'll choose to believe that.
Okay.
It was not Tim.
All right.
Because I think it is tied to, I'm guessing, where their Spotify account is registered. Because it tells me percent of male and female. So I'd assume that also tie to their hometown, not to where they're traveling. So.
Well, that's interesting stuff for me. I'd like that. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, no other changes.
No other changes?
We're still at our core listeners, 44% are 28 to 34.
Okay.
And 26% are 45 to 59.
So why am I on this thing then? Because I'm sitting there going, we need more listeners in the,
Your age?
55 to infinity bracket,
60 plus is 14% of our listeners.
14.
1% of our listeners are 17 or younger. They must have been hearing our words.
Oh, it must, yeah.
No cap, bro.
Yeah, we got it. Shoot.
We got 1.2% no cap.
Mm-hmm.
No lie, John.
Yep.
And then 18 to 22 is 0.2%. I'm going to guess which is your grandkids.
Yeah, and probably my grandkids.
I don't think that they're listening anymore.
I don't think so. I think they've kind of moved on to found another webcast somewhere.
Well, a webcast?
Yeah, a webcast. That's what we are. We're a webcast. If not, I'm changing the word to a webcast.
Judging by our lack of merchandise sales, I'm guessing that you have not done the competition with your grandkids yet to see who can get the most listeners?
I have not.
You need to do that.
No, we're going to do that.
Winner.
We're going to do that.
Between your grandkids, who can get the most viewership, most new listeners brought in, they get a T-shirt.
A T-shirt or a...
Whatever you want.
Yeah, I think we'll do
Papa's money. Papa chooses.
Yeah, Papa. Isn't that the truth? But
you'll have to ask.
Yeah, we'll get some... we'll get some gifts out there for him.
Well, I saw that... I think Mike told me that Ryan got elected for a big position, so he has quite the say, quite the group he's influencing. So if he can get some new listeners that way,
well, he can. He does all the tours or a lot of the touring now for TCU. So
maybe we could get him a little pin to put on a shirt that says like OG Real Buds listener.
Yeah,
and I'll say, Mr. Murray, what's that on your shirt?
Oh, that's a great idea, Taylor. A great idea.
I'm sure they allow that.
Well, I'm sure they do.
Or
I'm sure they won't mind if we kind of go over the TCU shirt to put on the Real Buds podcast T-shirt.
Or he can just...
I don't think they'll mind.
No.
What do you think?
He could just throw it into his little pitch, like, over here's Memorial Union.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite grassy area, the Rotunda.
All right.
This is where I listen to Real Buds podcast that my grandpa and his friend put on every week. Number one podcast that's
in America.
Number one fly fishing adjacent podcast that includes a 33-year-old and a 70-plus-year-old in Kansas City.
73-year-old.
70 plus. I don't want to say your age.
It is 70 plus, but you're right.
So,
But you can use the number.
and they'll say, wow, that sounds like it's a really popular podcast.
Yeah.
Little do they know, there's none others in that segment.
Larger, bigger in America. Biggest in America.
Yeah, we need to get
America.
on some TV show or something, like a Good Morning America, or
Think so?
we'll start small, like Good Morning Kansas City. Maybe like Good Morning Gardner. We'll start really small.
Well, we'll start where TBB studios are located. Good morning, Olathe, Kansas.
Yeah, we'll get on there, and then it'll spread like wildfire.
I think so.
We'll see.
What kind of segments would we have on this morning show?
Well, they would just be interviewing us, saying, "Oh, it's so cute how you have this big age difference and you have a podcast. Does he edit all of the footage?"
And I would tell them yes.
Yes, I do all the work.
I would take it all. I would, yeah.
See these calluses on my fingertips? That's from working so much.
Right here from
He never lets me. Do you guys have any snacks here I can bring home? He's always got me chained in the basement until I finish the episode. So anyway, we'll get on there and we'll find some way to get some new listeners. Not that we're hurting for them. We've got a booming audience.
We do. Well, the audience we have is great anyway. So
we've got a core group.
We do. We have a core group, and thank you, Joe and Kim and Steve and Tim, and that's about it.
I think my sister listened to a few. Does your wife listen at all?
She does.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, thanks, Mrs. Ryan. Do your daughters listen at all?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
I know Mike's they listen on a road trip. He's got some road trips coming up. Speaking of which,
yeah.
Do you want to go over your catch of the week, your highlight of your week?
Oh.
Speaking of trips.
Let's do that. Let's go over the catch of the week.
You go ahead.
You go ahead. What's
trip? Well, yours ties into trips.
Oh, it does. We are in the process of planning our vacation, summer vacation.
Wow, spring
That's
break.
coming around. Yeah, no, it's been kind of difficult this year with all the kids coming home and their schedules and what they're doing and their work schedules and our work schedules and stuff like that. It's just been tough. So tough work schedules. We're getting it all narrowed down, and we're probably going to be heading down to Florida.
Where in Florida are you going, John?
Amelia Island, I believe.
Ooh, sunny Amelia Island.
Amelia Island, yeah.
We should. You should tell me all the things you're going to do on the trip, and I'll Price is Right, like feature at the end when they would guess the trip amount.
No, I don't do that. I don't total up those at the end.
But if
there's a reason for that.
If I get close, then I get to go on the trip too. Everybody's like, why is Taylor here?
No, sorry.
He won the Showcase Showdown.
And he takes pictures. So
please tell him to put his shirt back on and go home. Papa, why? Did he bring his microphone?
Why is he here again, Papa?
John, you said you wanted to do the hot tub episode. Well, you said no to the hot tub. How about ocean episode?
No. Okay, that's enough. Moving on.
So I'm invited?
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
I mean, you guys probably want like a family photo or something while you're there.
No, probably not. No, we're good. Well, it's always good to have the local artists there.
Wow. Who know the canvas.
So we'll get a hold of some of the local people. Some drunken sailor walking by on the beach and go, hey, take my picture. Yeah, okay, we'll do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
It's all blurry. That's fine.
Like all my pictures.
Yeah.
What's yours?
My catch of the week.
Yeah.
I finally booked my first, well, not finally. I booked my first wedding of 2025.
Ooh,
so nice. I was starting to get kind of worried. Things have been kind of tapering off. And then I saw how much I'm supposed to pay quarterly for taxes and thought, I hope I make that much this year.
This ain't good. But yeah.
So,
well, good.
Got my first one booked for next May. Actually, almost. I shouldn't have jinxed that. She hasn't signed the contract yet.
Man, she will.
She said she's about to.
Yeah, she will.
So.
That's good.
That'll be fun. They have 6 dogs. So
that'll be fun.
Engagement photos. I might try to incorporate some of those.
That should be kind of insane.
My kind of people.
Yeah. Doggy people. Are they big dogs, little dogs? What?
I didn't get an answer to that.
Okay.
That was one of my follow-up questions. So thanks for reaching out. Love dogs. What kind do you have? Here's my info. Didn't get an answer to that, so we'll see.
Okay.
My luck, it'll be 6 Yorkies.
Yeah.
We love all dogs here at Real Buzz Podcast,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that was my win of the week. Now
Well, good. That sounds like a fun one.
Now I can maybe start paying my taxes.
Yeah, you will.
Quarterly
If
taxes.
not, we'll be doing Real Buzz Podcasts solo.
Behind bars.
It's the Behind
Sir,
Bars Real Buzz Podcast.
Can I get a camera and microphone behind here, please? We got a weekly episode to release.
Yeah. I'm sure they would be accommodating for that.
They'd be totally cool with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure. You know.
What else? I didn't want to get into a snag, so I want to make it a positive thing. But
Yeah, we didn't. We decided to do positive things this week.
But speaking of taxes, I did have to say, I got a $15 fine for not paying my quarterly taxes on time, my estimated taxes, which my peeve is getting in trouble for paying your quarterly taxes estimate late when they still get the money before due date, you know? So we just passed the April 15th deadline, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's when they expect the money to be paid. And I'm doing them a favor by paying beforehand. I just made it a little bit later. And they charged me $15 for making it late, but they still got it before that deadline. And
Can you appeal that in any way? I mean,
No.
I think there's some process you can go through to get them.
I mean, it's probably part of the rules, but it's just silly to me that I made it. It's a 2023 estimated tax amount payment. I made 4 of them quarterly and made it before the due date, and they still charged me for being late because they expected it earlier. So,
well, government. It's the government.
but if you're listening from the IRS, we love you, and please be nice to me. Do you have any segments you want to talk about this week? Because I have a couple other things to do.
No, go ahead. What do you got?
This one's been on the books for a while, just never got to it, just kind of left it for a rainy day. And it's our quirks and behaviors.
Ooh.
Quirks and weird behaviors. You have not put any down, so I assume some for you.
Oh, you did? Okay, where is it? I don't see it here.
All right.
Okay. Here
There's
comes the president.
He's got some peeves or
Yeah,
some
yes.
weird behaviors.
Yep.
He's going to scratch
Yeah.
himself right in the middle.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, he's been checking security checking the facility for security.
All right. Do you want me to go over the ones that I assumed for you? Your weird...
Yeah.
Oh, please
Oh,
don't.
no, I'm sorry. I got it. We
Please
got
don't.
it.
He's going to step right on the power cord.
Yeah, he probably will.
All right. So the things that I assume for you, you can jump in with things that you think might be weird. But one of them is that you press your, almost did it. You press your cheeks to open up your sinuses.
I do. When my sinuses get,
You do a little.
I do a little kind of one of these things. It kind of opens up your sinuses here. And it gives you, to help you breathe a little bit better. Yeah, that's my kind of, I do that. That's kind of a little
That's quirky.
quirky thing.
On fishing trips, you always set your folded clothes out at the end of the day on the foot of the bed for the next day.
Well, that's kind of the old military thing.
Yeah.
That goes back to the military thing. You had to get them all ready. I do, I make sure that I fold all my slacks get folded.
They're very pressed.
Yep. And,
Mine are just tossed in a pile and wrinkly the next
just
day.
a heap.
Just a slob.
Look at this thing. But you're right. I'm kind of a perfectionist on that.
And then the last one I had is no fruit in your drinks.
Exactly right. None of that stuff.
We went to dinner a couple weeks ago after we recorded, and you ordered a Tito's and tonic, tall, no fruit. And the guy brought the fruit out in the drink, and you just scowled at him and finally explained why you were scowling at him.
Well, I thought I just pointed at it.
You did.
And then he goes, "Oh yeah, no fruit, no fruit."
My bad, bro.
Yeah.
So oh, there you go. Watch your cut.
Hi, bud.
All right. Well.
All right. What is something? I know some of your.
I got a long list.
You got a long list.
I'm a weird fella.
Yep.
And not all are just that weird, but just a random fact. I'm a perfectionist.
Definitely a perfectionist. 100%.
So I have to have things done. I don't know. If I type things out, it's got to be clean. Can't be different fonts. Can't have Comic Sans next to Wingdings.
Yeah, and I just, hammer it out. Whatever, if it's on caps, fine. If not, if it's caps and little, if it's in, what's that, Russian language, whatever that is.
Russian.
Yeah, Russian.
At work, we have like shared spreadsheets and stuff. I'm always the one to go in and clean up everyone's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
he always did.
Jimmy used Times New Roman 11, but Frankie did, I don't know, Western, whatever, size 14 bold. I'm going to have to select all change.
Mm-hmm.
So, perfectionist. We're recording. Oh, Otis is in the bathroom, probably drinking out of the toilet.
Probably is.
Hopefully, put the lid down.
I don't think. Well, yeah. No, did I? No.
We'll find out if he comes out drooling.
Well, he's security. He's just checking out the facility.
The perimeter.
Yeah, the perimeter.
We're recording on a Thursday,
Mhm.
so on brand. Tonight, every Thursday, I stay up until 11 p.m.
Why?
And that is because that is when new music comes out. And
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
And
I
every
never knew
Thursday,
that.
I'll lay in bed and I'll say, Janelle, guess what? And she'll say, new music Thursday, new music Friday. She's half asleep. He said, yeah. And then I'll go through all the new music that came out.
Is there a lot that drops on Thursdays?
Well, it only drops on Thursdays, and I get nervous when he sits over here. So yeah, like by the time this comes out, like the Taylor Swift album came out, and it'll come out on Thursday at 11 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, wow.
Comes out midnight Eastern. So
I can't get over how smart that girl is, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a billionaire now. How old is she?
I'll say 35.
Okay, probably 30, 35. But I mean, she's just absolutely. She knew a long time ago that, her music was the moneymaker, and she held on to it. And she's just a sharp lady when it comes to business. And I know her father is too. Her father's in real estate, I believe, out in L.A. somewhere.
I think he's from Philadelphia.
Really? Okay, so wherever his hometown is.
Just make up a job.
Just make up a job.
Yeah, he's a botanist.
He's a yeah.
He's in Boston. All right, next one. Whenever I put my contacts in the morning,
Yeah.
or take them out at night, I always have my mouth open. Have you ever done that when you took your contacts out?
I think you're probably right. I think it was just kind of one of these,
Yeah, it's impossible to do with your mouth open
Yeah.
or closed.
Yeah.
So notice I do that. I used to brush my teeth with water first before I would use toothpaste.
Now that's weird.
It is.
That's just really. Would you do that? Why do you?
My theory was
Your teeth don't need a toofer. They just need the toothpaste on there, and let's get going here, pal.
if you wash your car manually somewhere, it's very dirty. You don't go straight in with the soap. You would rinse it off first. So my theory was the toothpaste could get more onto the tooth, more tooth surface area, not onto plaque, if I first scrub the plaque off with water.
Is there anything on here about talking to psychologists? And it's, needing medication.
Well, if anyone wants to
Change.
call, I'm happy to talk through it. Another weird one.
What's that?
Whenever I pick up something heavy, I always think, this is very random, and I don't know why I started doing this. If I pick up something heavy, like a bag of seed, I'll think to myself, if someone paid me $1 million, could I walk a mile with this? Could I walk 4 trips around a track with a seed if someone paid me a mile? Or like a big bag of groceries all over, like on my elbow and my hand and 5 on my fingers. Could I do this for a mile if someone paid me $1 million? I'm losing circulation to my fingers, but
I think we're probably going to have some, hopefully, mental health people get in touch with Real Buds Podcasts and maybe make a few suggestions.
or they'll say, wow, I never knew someone else did that. Thanks, Taylor, for being brave and coming out to the world with this weird thing you do.
Or the flip side of that is, hi, this is Dr. So-and-so, and it's time to up your medication. Would you please call us for an appointment
Seek help.
since you missed the last 4?
All right, well, since I'm being relatable, next one. Oh, yeah, you were talking last episode about your movies.
Yeah.
whenever I watch an old movie or even a new one that's like set in old times,
Mm-hmm.
they've
What do you
got,
mean?
like,
What do you mean by old time?
like if they've, I mean, I can watch like a Western, but if it's like English accents and stuff,
Uh-huh.
mostly, I immediately start to fall asleep.
Just turns you right off, huh?
Yeah, I cannot care any less. Like Downton Abbey, no thanks.
Really?
Queen, whatever you told me to watch,
Right. Yeah.
it's a big no for me. I'll be asleep in 2 minutes.
I don't get that. Because I
I'm just
love
not
Downton
smart.
Abbey. I mean, that whole series. I mean, we just watched it incessantly when it was on.
I was born without that smart gene. I can
Not
only
like
listen
it was a
to
smart gene. It was just
American
it was just
accents.
curious for me to see the different locations and the different the different scenes that they had, or the different sets that they had for the period.
I wanted to like Peaky Blinders, but the accents and just it's too slow. I don't know.
Didn't hit you.
No.
Doesn't click, huh? Okay, I get that.
Another one
All right.
I thought of, I'm very itchy. I've been itching. I have nose itches all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I need more lotion.
Okay.
All right, next one. Whenever I adjust the volume, it either has to be on an even number or multiples of 5.
Now that's really strange.
No, it's
I
know for a
come
fact.
on. Oh dear God, there's help that needs to be done.
I know for a fact we'll have people that follow up and say, I agree with Taylor because
I'm calling Denny.
I need it to be like 10, 12, no thanks 11, 13, no, 14, that's okay. I might as well go to 15, 19, 20, please.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I just like even numbers, okay?
Joe and Kim, can you give me a little help on this one? I need some advice.
Yeah, they'd
Please.
say, well, he was born March 6th, and I think on April 3rd he was
March
dropped.
6th. Yeah, and it was so we're doing divisions of 5. So
Ever since he was dropped, he always would.
Mhm.
Yeah, he would cry twice, never 3 times.
Yeah.
He always farted 4 or 5, but never 6 or never 7.
I can hear Quinn laughing now.
Yeah, farts toots.
Yeah.
When I fall asleep, I can't touch anything besides my pillows and the sheets. Like if Janelle is somewhat grazing me, I just can't fall asleep with something else touching anything. Like if Janelle, she moves just enough that if she's like her elbow's touching my elbow,
Yeah.
I'm very particular. So
Okay.
I'm quite the romantic.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds like it.
When I was a kid, I think I had severe anxiety, and I would always go to my parents with my, I'd go through my schedule before bed. I'd be like, all right, night, Taylor. And I'd say, all right, algebra, I have this due tomorrow, but then a test on Friday. Social studies, like, we don't care, go to bed. I'd go through my whole schedule just because I think talking it out helped.
Joe and Kim, I need some help on this one.
I quit doing that.
This is what?
I quit doing the no, that's not true.
That's not true, because you and I talk every day, and
We go
every
over-
day we go over everything.
John, you got anything good going on
Yeah,
this week?
yeah.
Not really.
Well, okay, we'll have to
Well,
talk-
actually, Thursday I've got this. Friday, no, it's Thursday
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Wednesday we've got, yeah. You're like, all right, well, see ya.
Mm-hmm. Good talk.
What else? Oh yeah, if I've got a plate of food, I can't have the sweet things touching the savory things. Like on Thanksgiving, I don't like cranberries, but like if I had turkey and mashed potatoes, those can touch. But if I had cranberries, no, thank you.
What qualifies for no touch?
Well, like, no,
No
they
nose?
can't touch.
Okay.
So, like,
is it just sweets? Is it?
yeah, like I don't like if it's a sweet thing, it can't touch a savory thing. If it's 2 sweet things, they can cross-contaminate. 2 savory things can cross-contaminate. But you can't let I don't know, if you put apple pie on your plate and the hot dog touched it, that's a no-go.
No go for who?
For
A
me.
hot dog or what?
Which Janelle, I don't know, like a lot of times Panera or wherever will have the salad that are like apple, pecan,
Mm-hmm.
ugh, no thanks. She had one at Red Door the other day that was like rosemary chicken with cranberry sauce.
I've had that there before.
Ugh. Not the same family. Don't touch.
My golly, we'll go have that after dinner or
Yeah.
after a podcast tonight.
Yeah, you can have salsa
So, yeah.
touching, which don't come at me with tomato is a fruit because I know, but it tastes like a vegetable. So they're gonna say
Something's really wrong here. We need to get to the bottom of this.
I need a
We're
lobotomy.
we're gonna be working on this for the next few weeks.
I need a lobotomy.
Yeah.
My next one, do you ever audibly talk to yourself? Like, John, where'd you put that? John, what's going on? Do you ever do that?
No.
Okay, well, a lot of people have like an internal dialogue. They'll like speak out loud. Like, I don't know. I'll hear Janelle in the other room, like she's talking to me, and I'll say, "What was that?" Oh, I was just talking to myself. I don't ever talk to myself. Is that weird?
I shouldn't say that because I've done that before. I'll go, John, what are you doing? John, why did you do that? Talking in the third person.
Do you talk back? I don't know. Sorry. Don't
No,
do it again.
generally the lovely Mrs. Ryan will come in and go, you're absolutely right.
Which
Whoever
voice?
you're talking to, you're absolutely right.
Thing 2.
Yeah.
Thing 1?
Yep.
Well, I don't talk to myself, and I think I'm weird for not talking to myself.
No, that's okay. As long as you're talking in the third person, you're okay.
Next one, I have to be completely dry when I come out of the shower, including my feet. Or I can stand on a towel or something, but I hate stepping out of the shower onto like the actual floor. So I got to dry off my feet, step out, other foot, step out.
God, I'm learning a lot.
Completely dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been times.
How long have we known each other? 7 years?
This is year number 10.
10?
Sir, are you okay?
And 10 years. Okay.
Well, that's what this podcast is all about, learning.
Something, yeah, I know.
There's been times where I forget to dry my back, and I get out and I put a shirt on. Might as well go back to bed and start over all over again because
Yeah, I didn't work on
it's not going to be a good day.
Nope. Okay.
When I got a damp back, no thanks. When I go to bed, I have to have at least one fan on.
Okay.
We usually have 2, sometimes 3 if we have our air purifier on. Are you that way too? I don't know him.
Do you know him?
He's weird.
Do you know anything about this guy? Huh? Who is that?
I know he hasn't given me dinner yet tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't fed me yet. So
He's getting kind of antsy.
yeah.
All right, it's time for you to go. Do you have fans on at your house?
We do.
I can't just sleep in silence like that.
No, and the lovely Mrs. Ryan will turn the fan on and she will have the fan on all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. What I mean by all the time is throughout the year.
Yeah.
When
Same.
it's hot, cold. Remember we had that big cold snap, 6-8 weeks ago for a week.
Did you have the fan on?
Yeah, the fan was blowing.
That was us too.
My teeth were rattling.
Do you ever have a song that you sing in the back of your head, or like it gets stuck in your head and you just sing it over and over again?
It's a Small World from the Disneyland thing.
So you're glad that I sent that to you when I was
Yeah,
there?
I'm glad. I was really happy about that one. Thank you very much.
Janelle gets on these kicks where she'll hear a TikTok sound or a song and she'll repeat it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it too sometimes.
Oh yeah, I think we all do that. I've done that.
This is a weird one, but I found out last week Janelle does it too. When I sleep, I put, this is strange. I sleep with my heel in between my toes of my other foot.
So I know what you're doing. Yeah.
I kind of like stack them.
Sure. Right.
And Janelle said she does the same thing.
Okay. That's
so
not
at least
bad.
there's 2 of us. Do you do that?
I've done it in the past, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's not
Another foot interlocker.
a foot interlocker.
We should have a support group.
I don't know.
Foot Interlockers Anonymous.
They may be sending the guys with white shirts on to come and pick us up.
Yeah, we'll be hogtied and thrown in the back.
I know.
What's that called?
What do they call that? Where they had the
Yeah.
arms strapped together.
What's that called?
Oh,
People probably screaming at their
yeah.
Straight
Straight jacket. That's it. Yeah, straight jacket.
So yeah, last one. Anytime I see a video of a dog where people are about to put it down, you know?
Ooh.
Yeah, sometimes people will like show like the last day of the dog.
Yeah.
And if they narrate that thing in the dog's voice, it's Puddle City over here. I'll be crying.
Okay.
Where it's like
I've not seen any movies like that, but
well, Marley and Me cried at that one, which I've got beef with whoever made that movie because the previews were all happy and look at that ornery dog just tearing
What's the
things
name of
up. Marley and Me.
okay.
And then end of the movie, the dog gets put down and everyone's crying, and no one saw that in the previews. So yeah, I don't like that.
That's
but,
not fair. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't have done that.
But yeah, people post
Think of little kids and stuff.
Yeah, people post TikToks of like their dog Frank, and then it's like in the voice of Frank, like, my humans are spoiling me today. I got to go on another walk. They took me on a ride, and I got a cheeseburger. I never get cheeseburgers. And then it's like,
Bye.
Wow. It's like, I'm getting tired.
I'll see you later.
I really had fun today.
I'm getting sleepy.
I love my humans. See ya. And then I'm just over here crying and delivering him.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, don't look forward to that day with my dog because I'll probably be curled up in bed for a week and no one's going to be hearing from me.
I can see why.
Yeah, as he's scooting across the carpet over here.
I know, scooting. As he's scooting across the carpet, trying to be our security guard.
Yeah, he's definitely not trying to do that. On a more happy note,
yeah,
John, we have to bring back another segment. We took a week or two off.
Okay.
Are you ready for your John's dramatic rap song reading
rap
of the week?
song reading? Where is it? Where's that guy? I don't see it here.
This week, we have Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Oh,
do you know this one?
Lose Yourself by Eminem. No, I do not.
Right.
I've never heard this one.
I'm sure you've heard it somewhere, but it makes it better when you don't know the cadence or anything about this. I had to play you Missy Elliott's Work It earlier, so you knew.
All right. We knew that.
Weren't too close on that one. This one's a little longer, but it can go faster because none of the words are backwards.
Yeah, that was backward thing threw me. The pronunciation of it. So anyway.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Lose Yourself by Eminem by John Ryan. Palms are sweaty. Knees are weak. Arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready. 2 drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting. What he wrote down, the whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come. He's choking. How? Everybody's joking. Now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Over. Blow. Snap. Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes Rabbit. He choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he won't have it. He knows the whole back's to see these ropes. It doesn't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke, and so he's stagnating. Spaghetti. He knows when he goes back on the mobile home. That's when it's.
He knows when he goes back to his mobile home.
He knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's. Back to the lab again. Yo, this old rhapsody. Better go capture this moment and hope it don't pass him. Chorus. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never have let it go. You only get one shot. Don't miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo.
Thank you.
Where do you come up
Bravo.
with these things? Yeah, where do you come up with these? I like that.
That was the song of my childhood.
Oh, was it right?
I listened to that before basketball because, 4th grade hoops went hard in
Yeah.
Council Bluffs, and
Well, yo.
I had to come ready or I would have been left on the bench, So this is a song that would be in my head sometimes. Vomit on a sweater already, mine spaghetti. Service you, let's calm and ready.
I don't do these things justice.
You don't. We'll have to play this one after.
Yeah, we're going to have to play
You're going to be
it.
pumped.
Yeah.
You're going to drive home to Eminem
I
and
probably will.
you're going to walk
Crank
in the
it
house.
up and let's go.
Mary Alice will be like, you just seem angsty. What's wrong with you? I listen to Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Yo, mama.
Is that mom spaghetti on your shirt? You'll go back to your
good
mobile home.
stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
Back to my mobile home.
Submit your request for John's songs. He can do anything. He can do
I can read.
pop.
Yeah.
He can do R&B.
Right.
He could do some jazz.
Jazz.
Maybe not jazz.
Soul. Rhythm and blues.
Maybe a little harder when it's
R&B.
very instrument heavy.
Yep.
All right. We can go a couple more things here. Anything else you wanted
What
to
I
add?
forgot. What else is on here today?
I really just have one last thing.
What's that?
My latest obsession has been the show Love on the Spectrum on Netflix.
What is? I'm not. No, I'm looking for a good one.
I don't know if you would like this or not.
Okay.
It's not really like a dating show, but it is kind of a dating show, and it's just people who are on the spectrum of autism. So
Okay.
some are highly functioning. There's
Mhm.
one guy who's around your age who found out that he has autism a couple years prior, and he's looking for love, and he's very high functioning. And there's some who are not very high functioning,
Mhm.
and but it's just their attitudes about it are very good, and they're just kind of a couple of them are like one girl has Down syndrome and she's dating a guy with autism, and just their outlook on life is refreshing. So
I've seen a couple of couples like that. And you're right. It is very refreshing. It kind of gives you a whole new lease on life, so to speak. Just shows you how the simplest things can make all the difference in the world, and what their meaning is to people with autism. So yeah, hats off to them.
I told my parents about it, and they were skeptical at first, but they started watching and they couldn't get enough. And now
Really?
my mom, not my mama, my mom, that's my pause.
Yeah.
She wants to get a shirt from Tanner, and I bought a shirt from Tanner a couple of weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
One of his sayings, and he sells his own merch. So, yeah, goes to a good cause, and he's just a smiley guy. He's always smiling on the show, and he's just very innocent, and just it was fun watching him. But anyway, it's a good show. There's 2 seasons now. They're filming the 3rd one, I think, in America, and then there's 2 from Australia.
Oh, is that where it's from?
Well, yeah, 2 seasons in America and 2 in Australia, and then
Okay.
I think there's a 5th one coming out. But
We'll give that a watch.
it's a cute show. I don't know if Mary Alice would like it or not, but yeah,
I think she probably would. Yeah, she likes that loud.
I think I like it too. We have at work we support a company called Heartstrings,
Mm-hmm.
and they employ people with special needs to they do like on the behind the scenes, they kind of package all the food and all that,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll come around every Wednesday at our office and push a little cart around, and there's 4 or 5 of them with a helper, and they'll ask you if you want a snack, and you'll tell them what you want, and they teach them where it is and about counting money and reading back totals and all that. And so it's just fun to work with them, and yeah, they see them kind of go outside their comfort zone to talk to strangers. And
Sure.
so
Yeah.
it's always the highlight of my week when they come around. So
Yep. That is neat.
even when you're not hungry, you got to get some pistachios
You
or
bet.
something.
You gotta buy them. You take up. Well, you don't have much cash, but
We go card. And
they
say,
do cards.
and they don't say it's going to ask you a couple questions. They just give you the reader, and
Yeah.
then you give them a tip. So happily tip them every time.
Great.
We've got another company too called Possibilities. I think it's a similar concept where they have people with special needs who will make dog treats and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they come to our office and they'll sell like dog bandanas and all that. So it's fun supporting them too. But yeah, I think there's like an ice cream shop in Kansas City that employs people, I think mostly just with
I saw
disabilities.
that. I saw that on one of the news segments that and I can't remember where they were located. If they're in Olathe or
I think one might be actually.
yeah,
One's in Kansas City, but
yeah,
we'll have to go sometime. It's just fun seeing people like I have a bad day at work because I don't know, I had to do some report or Excel wouldn't work
Right,
or I
right.
had to work a little late. And then they just come in with their bright smiles and their outlook is a lot more cheerful than mine would be. So
Well, in a previous life, you and I would go to lunch at a certain place over in Lee Summit, and there was a lady over there that kind of falls into that category, and she'd always used to
where
come
was
up.
that?
I remember I'd always get the French dip, McAllister's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She loved you. She'd always come
she
talk
did.
to you.
She'd always come up and talk to me and all of that. So yeah, special people.
Yes. So anyway, that's all I had. We're around 45 minutes, so we can wrap it up.
Well, thank
John,
you all.
I know
For
you're
sure.
hungry over there.
I'm getting hungry.
Oh, John's wearing his Real Budge merch. Real Budge merch.
Real Budge merch.
Feel free to purchase some more of that if
And
you'd
where
like.
where do we find those?
Our Instagram has our links in it,
Okay.
and you can find it there. I
Great.
think the YouTube and Spotify descriptions also have it listed somewhere in there too.
Great. Very good.
So
And we're going to be updating that. Are we not going to update the merch stuff? Hopefully soon, where we can do polo type
Oh, yeah.
shirts and stuff like that.
John requested a polo, so we'll have to add a polo offering.
Yep.
And
And if anyone else
A
has
long
any
sleeve.
suggestions, we could do that.
you wanted a button-down shirt option.
Oh yeah, I want to definitely a button down, 100% cotton, so it can send it to the laundry and get starched.
I think someone requested a hat too.
Ooh.
What
What kind of hats? Is it a fedora or is it a ball cap?
Probably a ball cap. We're not going to do fedoras.
Why?
I'm not about that.
Yeah, well,
Janelle's uncle Tom sent me a picture on
you
Easter.
can be replaced. Oh,
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was talking. Janelle's uncle Tom sent me a picture on Easter of
Uh-huh.
his Sunday best, and it was his Real Bud shirt.
Really?
So thanks, Uncle Tom.
Thanks, Uncle Tom.
And-
We appreciate that.
And thanks, Aunt Val, for buying that for Uncle Tom.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. Feel free to buy some merch.
Yep.
My nose is itchy. Do you have allergies this time of year?
Oh, I did. I'd have been having horrible allergies all week long.
I'm not
Just
crying
been
over
terrible.
the dog thing
Oh.
still. I'm just my
It's
allergies.
been crazy. Been crazy.
Well, have a great week, John.
Thanks, Taylor. You do the same.
Stay blessed.
You do the same. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
But